Deep within Wisconsin's Nicollet National Forest, in a mansion that stands alone, he lives. Well, maybe not lives, but it is said that that's where he dwells. He's a supernatural creature, you see, appearing as normal as a human, except he's 8 feet tall, has abnormally long arms, and can spring tendrils from his body said to be as sharp as swords. He wears a black suit, he has no face, and he takes children. I could tell you all sorts of stories about him. In fact, I could make one up right now, because Slender Man is fictional, created, not born. What makes a spooky story more terrifying is actually the lack of detail. When little is known of a creature or a legend's origin, it makes it that much harder for us to comprehend and make sense of it all. And we like it when things make sense. But the origin of Slender Man is well known. It's not even, dare I say it, a tale as old as time, where it's had decades to fester and form and mutate into something terrible. No, Slender Man's story is only 13 years old. I have genes older than that. Eric created Slender Man in June 2009 as a submission for an online contest. The website Something Awful called for participants to Photoshop images for a thread named Create Paranormal Images. Slender Man, in all his tall, creepy glory, was photoshopped into 2 seemingly innocent photos of children playing. From there, Slender Man was born. His story evolved and burned like acid into the minds of children who had only maybe just gotten over their fear of the boogeyman or monsters under their bed. It's crazy what our imaginations can do, how our minds can trick us, and our fear can make us do things normally considered inconceivable. I'm sure most of us can remember at least 1 or 2 memories from our preteen years. Days in school, laughing and joking, or being pushed into a locker. I've had both. I know it's not all laughs and giggles and gossip, and sometimes it's bullies and beatings. That wasn't the case for Peyton Lautner, Morgan Geyser, and Anissa Weir. They were all friends. The girls had gone roller skating for Morgan's birthday and had a sleepover. Typical way to spend your birthday when you're 12. The next morning, the girls took a walk to David's Park, a wooded area near Wickeshaw, Wisconsin, and played a game of hide and seek. Roller skating, sleepovers, hide and seek, it sounds like the perfect day. But what Peyton didn't know was that Morgan and Anissa, for months, had been secretly planning to kill her in an attempt to impress Slender Man, become his proxies, and live in his mansion. Whispering on the school bus as schoolgirls do, could anyone have known what they were planning? What's the proximate cause? Who do we blame? Could we have done something? Maybe it's the mother in me that now focuses on the fact that a child can consume content so rapidly, in such varieties, that we can miss it. The moment. That moment that everyone looks for or tries to remember after the fact. The moment your child changed. Now, I don't need to go into the details about the crime itself. It's well known and documented. But just the mere fact that something fictional can penetrate a young mind like this, that alone is terrifying. So just a note for our young horror, thriller, or all things spooky lovers. Whether these stories are tales of fiction or fact, embellished for dramatic effect, together in such a way as to frighten you, because for some weird reason, we love to be frightened. When scared, we are entirely in the moment and not preoccupied with thoughts of yesterday or tomorrow. It's escapism, but let it be just that, a spooky story, one to pass on, not to act on.